Have you ever found yourself doing the exact same task over and over again? Whether it's copying text, calculating numbers, or repeating code, there's usually a better way, and that's where functions come in. But first you need to know what functions actually are. So what are functions? Well, functions are actually just basically things that let you repeat code in like a faster way, rather than having to repeat the code like saying the same thing. You can write like one line instead of like 400 different lines of code. So say you want to print like hello world 6 different times in like 5 seconds. So you, instead of writing that 6 times, you could just rewrite that as a function and make it do it quicker, and it saves you heaps of time when you get into like bigger systems or anything really. So now that you know what functions really are, we are going to start teaching you how to make functions. So first what you want to do is insert a script into server script service. Rename your script to whatever you want. I'm going to rename mine to function tutorial. And now how do you make a function? So what you want to do is first delete this. Then you're going to do local function and then your function name. If this is basically like the variables video, if you haven't watched that, go check that out after this video. But I'm going to do greet. Make sure you have these brackets for parentheses. We don't need anything in these brackets for now. And then I'm going to do print hello there. So right now this just creates a function called greet, and then inside it is print hello there. So right now this won't do anything because nothing is calling it. So if we do greet, then this will print hello there in the output. Obviously it's way easier to just do print hello there, but this is just an example. If you're making like a queue system, we're gonna have to do like a bunch of functions inside that. So otherwise it will get really messy and you'll spend hours debugging. So yeah, so this should print hello there. Yep, right there, as you can see. Now, you might be asking, what are these parentheses for, like you were saying before? Well, these are for like adding numbers or something. So let's just do adding numbers because that's like the simplest one I can think of. So local function add numbers. And then do number 1, number 2. So this just creates a function that's called add number, gives it the parentheses number 1 and number 2. And then you're going to do print number 1 plus number 2. Then you're going to do add number 1 to 7, or whatever numbers you want it to add. If you want that to be like adding, I don't know, 3 and 7, then yeah, it will print in output 10 because 3 plus 7 is 10. But if you do minus, then it will minus 3 minus 7, which is -4. So yeah, let's see if it, yep, it will print -4 in there. And if you want to do times, it's this little star. I'm pretty sure it's the star. Let's see. Yep, it's a star. And for divide, I think it's /. Yep. And then plus is just plus. So yeah, this is creating a function called add number, gives it parentheses number 1 and number 2, and then inside the function it prints number 1 plus number 2. And then whatever the thing you call it, so you have to call it because it's a function, it can't run on its own. Add number 3 and 7. If you didn't quite get that, then go back in the video a little bit. But if you did, good job. We're going to do something a little bit harder now. So what you want to do is local function greet, just like before. And then you're going to put in these parentheses here, name. And then we're going to do print hello space dot dot name. And then we're going to call greet Aussie. So basically what this does is it creates a function called greet, and it gives it the parenthesis name, and then it prints hello and then the name given in the function. So this will say in the output, hello Aussie. See? But if we change this to, I don't know, like banana peel, then it will say hello banana peel. You can make this whatever you want. This is good for like random storytelling, like I used to do when I was starting off in scripting in a different programming language, and it was just fun. I would spend hours just making random stories in the output. Anyway, you can do whatever you want with this. Now we're moving on to the quiz. Okay, so I want you to create a function called give speed boost. Then I want you to give it the parentheses speed. And then inside the function, I want you to do print. I want it to print the speed, parenthesis, and then I want it to print next to it speed, like the word speed. And then I want you to run the function, and I want you to give it a number inside the parentheses of that function. Go back in the video if you don't quite understand this. It's pretty hard, but I'll explain it at the end. So I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Feel free to pause the video. Okay, so what you should have done is gone into here and then done local function give speed boost, then done the parentheses speed, then done print speed dot dot. By the way, this dot dot is called a parameter, if you wanted to know. And then you would have done this because it's a string, and then speed. And then you would have gone outside here, called the function give speed boost, and then given it a random number. And now this should print speed, the speed that I gave it, and then the word speed, 60 speed. And I forgot to add a space in it, so now it should say 60 speed. Yep. But if you wanted this to be a random number, you should have done math.random 1 to 100. Oops. And now this will pick a random speed. So yeah, if you understood that, good job. You now know the basics to functions. And I hope you can go and find other tutorials that are more advanced than this to find out more about functions. It'll get harder as you go, but it'll be pretty easy to understand the more you do it. So yeah, bye.